Man, I love this EQ. This EQ is so dope. Of course, I love the Pro Q3 by Fab Filter. It's very flexible and transparent. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing surgical work. However, I have fell in love with this particular EQ right here. Um, it's called Nectar. I think it's made by Isotope. That's the company. Um, you know, the ones that be making ozone and all of that type of stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna do a quick little mix right here with it and show you why I really fell in love with it. Sometimes you can use two, three, maybe four different EQs on one thing, maybe two at max, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes people use more because it be just irritating things that you're just trying to just fine tune. So, however, uh, this particular EQ is so intelligent. Um, like I said, I just fell in love with it. So we're gonna mix down this particular. I'm doing a song called "Knee Deep in the Game." Mixing that down right quick. Um, it's actually 10 years old. Did this shit in like 2013, 2014, 2015. Like shit, it was at least 10 years old. I can't even motherfucking remember, but I know when I just looked on it, the motherfucker said 2011 or 2012. So shit, it's 21. That's 10 years. Shit. But anyway, you know, you trying to revive those songs and bring them back. So, however, I'm using this damn Nectar EQ. And once again, like I said, I love the Fab Filter EQ. You know, because you can see it. I'm a visual type of person. I like to be able to see and hear what I'm doing, what I'm cutting out. Um, However, and I like it to be transparent. I only like to color it if I'm off into mastering or if I'm going for a certain different type of a sound. However, when I'm making any type of detailed cuts or, you know, surgical EQ, deductive EQ, I want it to be transparent as possible. So, however, I'm using a parametric and the surgical as possible and as flexible as possible. A lot of people like to use the multi-band compression because that's basically like a EQ, but you have compression to where it can basically be more dynamic in each band versus an EQ which just cut it out. However, this particular EQ, watch this shit. I'm gonna mix this down right quick. Okay, we want to cut that out right here. Make it a little sharper because I want to be perfectly at that part. I don't know if y'all can see it. Okay, I got that one. Now the next one. This one. See, when you're dealing with singers that do a lot of runs and all of that type of stuff, and they got very dynamic voices, you need an EQ that can tame that. Because sometimes it'll get boxy in frequencies. And so, for instance, I'm cutting this out, right? You see what I'm doing? I'm cutting this shit out, right? Excuse my language. Cutting this out. So now, after I done cut this out, let me do this one more. Matter of fact, just one more. Right here. I can leave it wide if I want to get both of them bands. But I'm deliberately doing this for the sake of the video. Just to show you how great this fucking EQ is. Alright. And then the filters. Normally when I do vocals, I like to roll it off at least. I start at least 100 hertz on the bottom. I'll take 100 off. Alright. Now, however, this particular EQ allows you to hit a setting called frequency. And when you engage that, enabled that, what it does, it follows the particular frequency. Man. And you also still can change the slow or, you know, 6 dBs per octave, 12 dBs per octave. You know what I'm saying? You can still change. You can still change your Q on your filtering, because sometimes it might sound better rolling it off broadly at 6K or something like that. I mean, at 6 dBs per octave versus the 12 or the 24. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to do that hard, sharp roll off. But me, on in certain songs, it depends. I like to start with 12. That's a good default setting because it's still kind of broad, but it's also, you know, very intentional in where you're trying to go, and sharp, precise too as well. But however, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna leave it on default, which is 12. That's where my EQ really is set to here. My hardware EQ, and then I also got these set to that too on the bottom. Well, I think that they set to that, or it might be set to 80 on the bottom. But however, anyway, let me show you this shit. Check this out. Now watch how it actually start following.
Deep in the game. Deep in the game.
Now you see how my low filter,
Deep in the game.
high pass filter, I mean, it's just keeping that in check. Now, on top of that, you see how these,
Deep in the game.
you see how those bands are moving.
Deep in the game.
See how when she sings,
Deep in the game.
it's going up and down because her vocals is very dynamic. You see that? Now, that's cool because I cut out where I want to cut it out at as far as the mud. I see where the mud at. But if I don't have an intelligent EQ like this, I can't follow the particular frequency like this one can. So this is just like innovative right here. You will click, bam, follow that frequency. And you see that shit? Now watch this. Do the same thing. We're gonna follow it at 700. You know, I just want to get just the main two, and you still keeping it dynamic. It's still sounding transparent, and it's taking away what you needed to take away. You feel what I'm saying? So I can say before, boxy. See how that without it sounds so boxy, but now it just with the follow, you really even more precise with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is like the greatest thing that happened to music as far as mixing to me. Like, this is very innovative, and I'm pretty sure, don't get me wrong, I'm still in love with this motherfucker right here because I can do some things with this too that can actually, I can bring this down here and I can go to like make dynamic, and I can do my thing and change it into a multi-band. But however, it won't let you follow it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that feature here. Now, I'm pretty sure they are going to come up with this feature. Another company like this, or a different type of company, is going to come out and copy Isotope's you know, innovative idea. But however, for now, I'm liking the way this Nectar sound. And then if I want to, I can throw another EQ. Like, I can get you can sit here and just pick at it. And then you got compression and all that over here too. So let me turn this off. Give me another EQ. Just in case, say for instance, I want to, like right now, it's still kind of sounding a little bit overwhelming to me, in like the 300 range, or not even the 300 range, like 1700, like that nasally harshness. And now I want to intentionally take that out right there. I don't even need it to follow, you know. So it'll still run as a basic EQ, you know, but it's also intelligent enough to follow that particular frequency if I wanted to.
Knee deep in the game. Knee deep in the game. Knee deep in the game. Said I'm knee
Now you see how I was following that frequency?
Said I'm knee deep.
You know, so
Said I'm knee.
also I can also go to the other frequency up here and make it, use it like a de-esser, you know, versus using a regular standard de-esser. I can put this on there and obtain all these sibilants up in here in this area here. So I will start here. I want to keep it broadly. No, take this off. I don't want it to be a shelf. I want it to be a bell. So we're going to go to a bell. We're going to bring this down. It's too sharp. Make it wider. Okay, and let's put follow on this. See, now, wherever those syllables go, it's just following it. Like, this is so fucking innovative, man. Excuse my French. Like, I done fell in love with this shit, man. And it makes mixing so easy. Like, that's what I said. Like, this song is fucking 10 years old, basically. You know what I'm saying? 19 years old. And this motherfucking these type of tools, like this that they coming out with is making it easier for you to go back and detail cut and do precise work to these tracks and stuff like that. Like, I even got just to kind of let you hear a little bit of it. I even got June vocals. I used his too. Then I ran it through the distressor. Where is it? Let me let you hear a little bit of it. Like, he on the background going crazy. So mute this. Bam. See, I had to use it for his too. And I had to use two. Like I just said. I had to go sharp on this one. As far as the high passive. As far as the second one. And I just went on the first one, I just got out everything that I really wanted to deliberately take on. I made it follow afterwards. But it's just like this is crazy because you never seen no shit like this. We used to the standard Pro Tools motherfucking EQ and shit. That's similar to this. We used to this, man. And I still love this motherfucker. Like, I could still get some shit done with this. Solo it out and everything you trying to do with it to make it whatever you trying to, accomplish as far as that go. With this. So don't get distracted by the technology. Just know we have the technology to help us and make it easier. Because I can still kind of emulate the same thing with two different EQs. And once again, I can take this particular one and turn it into, I can make these dynamic. So it'll be more dynamic for a person that's singing like a background or some type of a run or something that they're going to be, up and down and very dynamic with it, But however, I love this fucking EQ because I haven't seen something that can actually follow the frequency. You're cutting, when you're compressing different bands on regular EQs, you're just taking that particular band out or attenuating it down some. When you do it with this particular EQ, when you actually follow it, because you can actually make it dynamic too. So this is like the greatest. I can go up here and make it dynamic and put some compression on that particular band and turn it into a multi-band compressor. Uh, but I want to follow it to attenuate those particular frequencies because I want them out of there. They harsh, you know, as you can hear. So once again, said I'm knee deep, money in this bitch, knee deep in the game.